Hey folks, so I got a new toy. I haven't talked about this yet because I figured if it was garbage I'd send it back and no need to talk about it. Well, I'm using it right now. You're actually watching the results of it. I'm impressed. So I got a new video camera. I've been really in need of a good camera. I'm not using this for YouTube. It's not going to be a project camera or anything. If I could plug in an external microphone, then yes I would, because it's amazing. But I just need video capability, just something I can stuff in my pocket. And I can't show you this at the moment because I'm holding it. I don't know if you'll be able to see in the mirror. You can sort of kind of almost see it. Okay, we're like right here. Alright, I can't really tell because the screen is way over there. I don't have my glasses on, so everything's blurry. But now that my external hard drive I finished paying for it, I've made my last payment on it, I decided to try again and see if I could get credit through Amazon or Affirm, the company that they use to extend credit. And this particular camera has two options. There's the basic, and there's another one that's got HDR, high dynamic range, which is kind of like my SJ cams. They process the light and dark area separately and just kind of balance out the picture so you don't have super bright spots and super dark spots. So there's that, and I think it had enhanced image stabilization or something. The basic one has the image stabilization. It's really good. But this one, I think it was enhanced. I think there was something that was different about the image stabilization. I think. I don't really remember. So there's $100 difference between the two. $348 for the basic one and $400 something for the other one, the enhanced one. That's the one that I wanted. So I went through the process and accidentally clicked on the wrong thing and just bought it outright. Oops. Nope, I don't have the money for that. So canceled that. And the problem is, when I go to the listing page, it defaults to the basic one. And I didn't really pay attention to that. When you see a listing for something, you got different sizes or different colors or whatever, that's where the difference is. You get the little squares that you click on and it changes all the pictures and everything. So that's where the difference is. You got to click on that second one to get to the enhanced one. I forgot about that, or didn't realize it defaulted to the other one. So I ended up getting the basic one, or clicking on the basic one. So I waited for a bit, and they accepted. They didn't cover it all. They basically covered half. Now, I don't know if it was intentionally half or if it was only $200, but they only covered $200, which is fine. My first payment was $191, which I could handle. I got extra money this month, so that's why I decided to try it this month, because I got extra money, because I don't know how much my first payment's going to be. It's basically your first monthly payment plus taxes, and if there's other fees like duties or whatever, customs. So that's why the first payment's always higher. But after that, it's $36 a month for 6 months. Now, I really don't like putting myself in debt again, but on my income, I don't really have a choice. I can't. It's really hard for me to buy outright expensive stuff. So, but I like it. I would like to have had the better one, but $100 difference just for, like I say, I think those are the only two differences. But $100 difference, $100 extra just for those couple extras, I don't know. Would it have been worth it? I don't know. But I'm happy with what I've got. This, I'll tell ya. For what this camera is, like, it's tiny. It weighs like next to nothing. It's so small. The viewing screen's almost as long as the camera itself, but so I've been playing with it. I wanted to get to know it a little bit before I talked about it. The main reason I went with this camera is because it's got 50 times optical zoom, which is really good. It's higher than most cameras, in this price range especially. But it goes up to 90 times. Once you pass the 50, then it goes into digital zoom, which I don't like. But it's the equivalent of 90 times and magnification. And from what I saw, you can't tell it's a digital zoom. It zooms really far. I was really impressed. So first thing I did, the night I got it, or the day I got it, that night, I was playing with it, going through all the different settings. Like, the battery was completely dead. I had to charge it before I could do anything. And battery charges pretty fast, by the way. So the cat's laying on at my feet on the bed, and I got the camera on him. I called his name so he'd look, and he actually came to me. But what you're seeing there is actually brighter than what my eyes could see. So this thing is really excellent in the daytime. And obviously it's got facial recognition. I thought I turned it off, but I can see the square around my face right now. So it's really good at night. So the issue I'm having right now is I'm not sleeping at a time when I can come out here and do stuff. It's just, and the weather hasn't been great. But I did manage to go out one night. I went down to the dam and just kind of pan the camera around a little bit. And if I move the camera too fast, it'll tell me. And panning speed is too fast or something like that, which is kind of cool. That's one of the problems I see with some videos I watch. People move the camera so fast, everything's blurry, you can't see anything, right? Or instead of holding the camera one spot, it's constantly moving around, and you don't get to see anything. It's just annoying. So that's kind of an interesting feature. But I did look around with it, and it didn't turn out too good because for some reason it was zoomed in like really far. I didn't realize that. And when I turned it on here, it was zoomed in full. So it seems like when I turn it on, it just goes to full zoom for some reason. I don't know why. So I gotta empty it out. But like it's I don't know how focused. I don't think there's anything here that's going to be far enough away. I'm not going to bother because I can't. If I turn it around, I won't see the viewing screen anyways. But so I went out to the highway, sat out there, took my break, and I turned the monster's lights on and decided to see what it would show. And it's actually brighter than my nighttime camera on the monster. So, it's really good in the dark. I'm really impressed. But I really wanted to do a daytime one, and I finally got a chance to. I went out the other day. I had to do some shopping. My last trip with the monster before I start taking things apart. And I was sitting down at the river, and I was zooming in on the geese and on the heron down there at the river. Full zoom is just... It's just, wow, it is just amazing. Now, it's got really good image stabilization built in. Oh, excuse me. It's got digital as well as physical. So it's got a gyro built into it as well. And it's really good. If it's sitting on a tripod, it would be awesome. But because it's so tiny, this camera is so tiny, zoomed in full with my shaky hands, it kind of jerks around a little bit. But if I can hold the camera still enough, it does not move. The image is like dead solid, kind of like it is right now. I'm using the front of the monster here as support, but it's pretty wild. I move my head around, I can see the square moving. It's just kind of funny. But it's going to take me a long time to get used to this because there's so many features with this camera. It's hard to... I went through the manual. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to play to understand what it's talking about. There's so much to it. So I have it on automatic. I can do manual focus and manual exposure, which is what I've been looking for. especially with my green screen videos, just to keep the exposure from moving, from changing around, which really messes up the green screen part of it. But like I say, I don't know if I can use this for that, because, you know, depending on the internal microphone, which sounds like it's pretty good. I haven't actually talked to the camera yet, so this will be my test for that. But it seems pretty good. But if I can use this for green screen, and because I can focus right up to 2 centimeters. I think it's 2.2 centimeters from the screen, which is like amazing, absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can. I can't see the display. That's about 2 inches away. So, 5 centimeters. I don't know how that looked. I can't see the screen, but it's just, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. And I saw a monarch butterfly. I was zooming in on the wildflowers down there. I saw a monarch butterfly. That's only like the 4th one I've seen all year. I never even saw one until like mid-August for the first time. And I think this is the 4th one. So actually, I got video of it, zoomed in on it really close. Of course, camera's shaky because my hand's right. But, if I put some image stabilization on it, see what happens with that. But I checked out on a computer, like full zoom. I zoomed in on the bridge and that. And across the river up at West Cass, there's a sign on the wall. I zoomed in on that. I could actually read it in the display. That blew me away when I saw that. So the zoom is phenomenal on this camera. But like I was saying, it's got the different modes, and if I have it in auto mode, I can have auto enhanced. So everything's automatic, but I can still adjust. I can't adjust focus, but I can adjust the exposure, the f-stop. I think shutter speed. There's like 4 different things that I can adjust, even when it's in auto mode. And the only one that I would like to have had would be like, auto focus or manual focus in auto mode. But can't have it all, right? But it's going to take me a while to figure out how to use everything. There's so many different things. That's kind of loud. So I thought I was done with the monster. The other night, I'm trying my hardest right now. It's like 6 in the morning right now. It's kind of chilly and a little bit damp actually. But I went out the other night. I don't even remember what time it was. Trying my hardest to stay awake. And I went for a walk down to Timmy's to grab a coffee, because it was 16 degrees or 18 degrees, something like that. So I figured, it was raining pretty much all day, and it was going to be raining all night. So I figured, the rain's going to be cold. So I walked down there, and the rain was actually really nice. So after I grabbed my coffee, I come home, put some air in the tire in the monster, and went for a drive in the rain. Oh, it was absolutely awesome. So I showed that. I think I showed it. I'm planning on showing. I haven't got that far yet. But I skipped my second break because my hands were completely soaked at that time, and there's no way I could have a cigarette. Right? I can smoke in the rain, but not when my hands are already wet. So I had to take the seat cover off the monster because it's still soaking wet. It's foam. Actually, I'll go. So it's holding the moisture pretty good. Yeah, it's still wet at the bottom. Well, yeah, it's completely soaked. Like if I push my finger into it, you can actually see the water coming out of it. So I had to take it out because I had my last drive. Well, I didn't go out yesterday, but the day before. And my last drive the day before, I had to do some shopping. and planning on putting the batteries back onto the Fortress. Stick the ES950 outside and back this into the corner and start working on it. Which hasn't happened yet. So today I'm going to go grab my coffee. I think McDonald's is open. According to Google it is, but that's not always accurate. But if they're open, I'll grab my coffee there. If not, I'll hop over to Timmy's and grab it. And then come back and take the monster off the road. I haven't heard anything about my parts yet. I haven't heard anything from ODSP. I won't hear from them yet. They don't text me or email me or anything. They contact the dealer, and the dealer usually sends me the information, say I've been approved and whatever, and then the parts are sent from there. So I haven't heard from that yet. About a month after I get my parts, that's when I'll get a letter in the mail from ODSP saying that it's been approved. Yeah, I kind of know that already. So a little bit of a delay with that, but I'm just waiting for that right now. But I can't drive this anymore. There's a front tire. It's not holding air as long now. It's weird because I'll put air in it and sometimes I can hear it hissing, after I take the pump off of it. And sometimes it will, when I do my regular tour, I grab my coffee the school trail and I stop down at the boat launch. And I come out of there and the tire's already flat. I already know that by the time I get there. I put air in it again and then it's good for the rest of my tour. So sometimes it leaks faster than others. I don't understand why, but that's the way it's been working, right? So, but I don't know. When it goes flat, it's really hard on my wrist because the steering wobbles and it's really hard to hold on to it in a straight line. So I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. Hopefully the audio works good on this, and we will see. So I'm hoping. It's kind of late to do what I wanted to do with this camera, but it is what it is. I started going through all my old videos and I started seeing the videos that I used to make, and I kind of wish I could do that again, which is kind of why I wanted this. But I don't have, other than the camera that I use in here for the projects, I don't have anything else that I can use, and I can't zoom in very well on it because it's digital zoom, and it really sucks. So I'm happy I got this. Oh, and another thing too, first thing I looked at when I got it, there's no threads around the outside, so I can't put any kind of filter on it. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh great, another camera that doesn't have a lens cap. And I noticed there's a little thing on the side here. It's got a lens cap built into it. You just slide the lever up and it closes. That's kind of cool. Oh, it's kind of almost like eyelids. So that's kind of neat. It's got its own built-in. So, anyways, I guess that's all I got. I'm not gonna show video switching the batteries over or not. Actually, it's just I gotta take the monster outside, take the ES950 outside, actually put it back together first so it's complete, and take it outside, and then bring the monster, or take the Fortress outside, bring the monster back in, take the seat off, push the monster back outside, change the batteries out there where there's more room, and then bring the monster back in, put it in its permanent spot where it's going to be. I might not even do that yet, because I think I'm gonna have to move this shelf just so I can put the seat over here. I don't know yet. But I want to do that today, trying to keep myself awake so I can stay up a little longer in the daytime where I need to be awake so I can start getting stuff done. So that's all I got, and we will see what happens. I'm not sure what all I'm going to be doing on YouTube now. I'm getting more and more rejections of my licenses, which is really ticking me off, and it's not helping my depression. I don't know what's going to happen in September. Well, it is September, with this autumn, when my illness never really got better this year. I've been depressed all summer. I don't know why. It's not normal. I got thinking, well, maybe I've developed the seasonal affective disorder, whatever that is, effectiveness, I don't know, which normally get in the winter time when you don't go out as much and you don't get the sunshine, which causes depression. But my depression usually goes away in the summer. It didn't this year. It's been hanging. Maybe it's because my illness never cleared up this year. I don't know. So it's been bad all year. I haven't been able to do much of anything. But I have to. Now I don't have a choice. And I'm at the point where, this is the time of year when my illness normally gets worse. So I don't know what to expect. But I started working on my video where I'm going to explain all this, but it's going to take some time to get through everything. It's going to be a long story. Explain what's been happening and what's going to happen or not happen. So anyway, I don't want to get too far into that. But I'm not going to show what I'm doing out here today. You watch me move things around all the time. I've already done that anyways, and I just don't feel like putting a camera on a tripod, moving it here, moving there, moving it there. It's just not something I want to do today. I'm really tired right now. I need to go to bed. I don't want to. I need to stay up. So the sooner I get this done, then the less chance it's going to be that I'm just going to say, I don't want to do any more today. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated for now as to what's going on. Okay, quick update. So, McDonald's was open, so I got my coffee there, and ended up getting breakfast. I don't do that very often. Actually, I think it's only the second time I've done that since they've been open. And they opened in, what, 21? Late 20, early 2021, I don't remember. But they haven't been open all that long. It's only the second time. So I sat down at the end of the laneway there and watched the fog while I ate. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, it's only 7 degrees this morning. Oh, I could probably wear my winter coat today and not have an issue. But as far as this camera goes, it's so small. One of the things I wanted before, I wanted something to stick in my pocket that I could take with me. This is perfect for that. If I have pants with a pocket on the leg, like these ones here, I can just stick it in that pocket, and away we go, right? A little harder to do that in the summertime because I don't really have, I don't wear long shorts, so I don't have the option of having pockets. Oh, excuse me. To stick them in, and the shirts, if I do have a pocket, it's like a breast pocket, and they're useless for holding anything like this. Or I'm shirtless, so either way, it doesn't work too well. So I had to figure something else out there. But it's really, really difficult for me to go out. Just to go somewhere and come back home, I have to go for a tour. While I was sitting down there eating breakfast, I decided, I'm going to go for a tour. So I come home, put some air in the tire again, and grabbed this camera. I went for a drive. Oh, excuse me. I just did the first part of my tour, just did the school trail, and stopped down at the boat launch. And there's a heron standing in the water, so I decided to get the camera out, zoom in on him. It's good example of what I'm talking about with the image stabilization. I can't believe how small my head is, considering it's like a foot away from my face. That's pretty cool. But you can see the image stabilization. It's really jerky. Like it holds, but I'm holding the camera with both hands as still as I possibly can. But being shaky and that far zoom, it's it moves too much. So I might have to turn that off, because it actually makes it look worse than what it would be without the stabilization. I don't think it's adjustable. I don't remember if it is or not. And another thing I forgot to mention is the zoom on this thing is nice. It's electronic zoom, which I don't like, but it's variable. The speed of the zoom depends on how far over I push the lever, which is kind of cool. So I can zoom really, really slowly, or I can zoom really, really fast. Same thing without really, really slowly, or really, really fast. I like that. That's a nice feature, a variable zoom, because that's one of the biggest issues I had with the powered zooms, is they're usually a set speed, and they're always too fast. And it's really, really jerky, but this is really nice. I just push on it just a little bit, and it zooms really, really slowly. I like that. So, I think there was something else I wanted to say. I don't remember now. I remember now why I don't like being out in the mornings. When I'm out in the afternoon, I get the warmest part of the day. That's why I like being out in the afternoons. In the mornings, it's always the coldest. It's so damp right now. Everything's covered in dew and wet, and it's just cold. My fingers numb from holding the throttle down. I could have wore gloves today too, and my toes are frozen. That's crazy. Something else I was going to say. The microphone on this camera is also variable. If I zoom in, then the microphone gets more sensitive. It depending on what your zoom level is, the sensitivity matches. So if I zoom all the way out, the microphones are like super sensitive. So they'll pull in sound from further away. That's kind of cool too. But being zoomed all the way out now, it's going to be at its lowest level, and I can actually adjust the microphone volume in here. I don't know if I can adjust it while I'm recording or not. But until I actually listen to this, I have no idea, what it's even going to sound like. So I can turn the sensitivity up, the volume level, if it's too quiet, which is kind of cool. Like I say, this thing's got so many features. It's going to take me a while to learn everything, because there's so much to it. And for the price, $348 I think was the actual purchase price, but with the taxes and everything, it's about $400 it cost me. So, pretty cool. I don't know if that included financing charges or not, but either way, $400 for that price, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The picture quality is phenomenal, in my opinion, for what it is. Like I say, even at full zoom, it's like you can't tell there's a digital zoom in there at all. So that's kind of cool. So I'm a little more awake now. I'm cold. I don't want to do anything now. But I got the monster parked outside. Now I gotta take this out, park this beside the monster, and then put all the pieces back together on the ES950, push it out behind the garage here, and I don't know if I'll be able to get the seat on there or not. I don't even know if the seat post will fit in there. I might just have to set it on the floor, I don't know. I'm going to take my frame off, my battery frame, save the wood. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing all this, but I gotta do it. I gotta do that, at least do this before I start working on the monster. You know. But we'll see. Anyway, that's all I got. End of this video. I'm thinking for sure this time, unless something happens while I'm doing all this other stuff, then I guess I'm done for this video.
A girl got stuck in a safe, in a Liberty safe in North Carolina sporting goods store a couple months ago. Oh, that's terrifying. And so they were like, where were you to get the
Keys.
Then, right?
Holy crap. Well, you're not supposed to come here.
I mean, that
What is it?
Firefighters had to go cut